We're back on the I Disagree podcast. I'm Jabari Grant, my co-host
Albert Greenwich.
and
Ricardo Morris.
now, you know what we're gonna talk about this week? Top fives. Top five MMA I got in my book. I'm gonna go first with MMA, or are y'all somebody else wanna go first?
Now you go first.
Alright, I don't have any artists got five. George St. Pierre, Canadian kickboxer. You seem familiar. 2 division champion, welterweight and middleweight. 3-time UFC welterweight champion. Was the #1 ranked welterweight between 2006 and 2008. Record, 26 wins, 2 losses. He has the second most wins in title fights in UFC history. Which means only one man is more successful in title fights. He's also a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna go now to a guy who I love fighting. I did not get to see his last fight, something that haunts me today, but Khabib Nurmagomedov. Undefeated is undefeated. 29-0 is 29-0.
Especially MMA.
But yes. Longest reigning UFC lightweight champion. 2-time combat sambo world champion. That's a particular martial arts that you do in Russia. Right? He has the most wins in the lightweight division. He also, this is a stat I did not know, I only found this out when I was researching him. He has the record for most takedowns in a single match.
Yeah.
20. Yes, correct. So he has 27 takedowns in one fight from 28 attempts. Which means he failed once.
And may not be fair, just it might have this like
So that's George St. Pierre and Khabib. Number 3. The Spider himself, Anderson Silva, my favorite UFC fighter of all time, Anderson Silva. Record for longest title reign in UFC history. You know who Dana White is?
Yeah,
Dana White, the promoter, the owner, former owner of UFC, has said Anderson Silva is the greatest fighter he's ever seen. That's a huge endorsement right there. Record, 34 wins, 11 losses, 1 no contest. He has the most successful title defenses in UFC history. He has the 7 KO of the Night awards. That's the Knockout of the Night award. He has 7 of them. He has 12 bonuses. So like, you know that the UFC they give you a bonus. So if you got the best knockout, the best submission, fight of the night. He has 12, which is the most in history for one fighter in UFC. Also, UFC Hall of Famer, which is a common thing with my list. I'm gonna turn the page now. I'm gonna go with a person who I was not a fan of. I was not a fan of this individual, but I cannot discredit them. I put a female on this list. I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey. She simply because she put the female division on the map. We didn't know about female MMA before Ronda Rousey. Like she put it on the map. She went on to be in movies, TV series, WWE. She's the first female champion in UFC history. She's the first female Hall of Famer in UFC history. She has the fastest win amongst females in UFC history. I may not have been a fan of her, but you know what? Can't discredit her.
That is true.
Now, that's 4. 5. Another guy who I was not a fan of, and it's not that I wasn't a fan of him fighting, I wasn't a fan of what happened when he was out the octagon. The drugs, Bones Jones. I'm just not a fan of the person. But the fighter, 26 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. And the loss was by disqualification. I was interested about the loss. The person that won said that the decision was BS and John Jones beat him. So think about it. If the person that was given the victory said, nah, I got my butt beat. Dana White said that the referee didn't understand what happened there because John Jones won. The commentators were saying John Jones won. The only boy who didn't see that was the referee and the judges. He's the youngest champion in UFC history at the age of 23. He also holds the record for most wins in UFC history. So I got John Bones Jones, Ronda Rousey, Anderson Silva, Khabib, and George St. Pierre. That's my top 5 MMA.
I could agree with that list. I could agree with the George St. Pierre, he's on my list as well. Anderson Silva. John Jones, and for me, Francis Ngannou. It's hard to discredit the Black Bull. Real hard, because that's what you expect a heavyweight. You expect a heavyweight to be choke, you know what I mean? You expect a heavyweight to come 10 seconds later,
It's not
you
real.
point you back, let me go on with this.
He is the most entertaining fighter.
By far, like no presently in MMA.
So the only thing from my list is you take Ronda out and put him in.
Yes. Him and Conor McGregor.
Jesus.
No!
Yes! No!
No!
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. It's top 5. You took Ronda out, you put Francis. Who you taking out to put Conor?
George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre, John Jones, Francis Ngannou. What else it is? Khabib.
Could be.
Yeah, I heard that first.
So you put him ahead of Anderson Silva?
I don't like Anderson later work.
What?
We dealing with full MMA. And as a showman, yes, we know Anderson is really that whole everything, right?
He also has the longest title reign in UFC.
Yes, this is all true. But to this day, I guarantee you tell me Anderson Silva getting a fight, you ain't be near as hurt to hear he.
But Anderson Silva, no, compared to his prime, is two different things.
Sure, good. McGregor is not in his prime. I guarantee you, if you hear McGregor getting a fight tonight, you want to see that?
What's McGregor's record? What's his win-loss record?
I can't answer now. But as a showman, you cannot discredit.
Okay, McGregor as a showman, okay? But look at his body of work compared to everyone else on my list. He can't touch them. He can't touch their success. He can't touch their title reigns. He can't touch their more championships they won. As a showman, he can outshow anybody. But you could be a showman and still not be best at what you do. What does he, because each of these guys on this list did something that other people couldn't do. What does he do that puts him here?
But that's it. When you check him, right even the center beat, you know he can't be folks out.
He didn't, Khabib killed that boy. When we were watching this, Khabib killed him.
But we dealing with overall, listen, if it was not for McGregor being McGregor, you figured out for it to be as good as it was?
No, because he's a showman, but Khabib beat him. Everybody, probably except for, I can't remember his name, when McGregor won the title. Everyone except for when he won the title, that every big name fight he's been in, he's lost, except for when he beat,
Yes.
sweet
But you
title.
can't take McGregor, man.
You're looking at showmanship. I'm looking at his record, and I'm looking at what he did in the octagon.
He brought, listen, if UFC has 1 million fans right now, 750.
Okay, but as a fighter, where do you rank him? Would you rank him top 5 as a fighter?
In my top 5 personally,
As
yes.
a fighter, take the showmanship out of
What
it.
he do for the whole
No, take the showmanship out of it. As a fighter, I'm doing a fighter right now. Fighter only. Would you put him ahead of any of those guys?
Ahead of Anderson Silva. If we do a body of work, Silva fights to be boring.
But he wins.
But you ask a question, just answer Silva fights to be boring.
When you fight, you want to entertain people or you want to win?
Both. Because you're number one boring fighter.
But if you entertain and lose, or you win, which one you gonna take?
Depends on what you want.
No. Listen. Growing up, we all grew up. And they tell you the only rule to a fight is to win. There's the only rule. Remember when they used to tell us that?
I even lose instead.
You
never heard that?
Well, he lost with a lot of stuff quite regularly.
But my man did it instead. You see when you get Rosie do it?
Well, I was never a fan of Rosie. And I put her on my list for similar reasons you have McGuire. But the difference is,
Have respect.
sorry, McGregor. But the difference is,
Not Irish. And he's
the
actually
difference
black.
is she was the first. Like, there are going to be female fighters better than her, but none of them can say they were the first.
This is true.
It's true. But what?
And none, don't care who they are, Dane, no, none of them is as dominant as she is.
No, that dominance will never be repeated.
Yeah, cause she.
When I want to say a female,
So
Yeah, she
first
set
of
the
all,
bar.
any MMA list that does not have Anderson Silva is not valid. So what I'm gonna say is that you did not submit a list. On to you.
Sir, because you
On,
like
on,
Black
on
Power
to
Ranger.
you. On to you.
I'm not a big MMA fan, but this is my list. Anderson Silva,
You started well.
John Jones, Khabib,
Khabib, yeah.
Khabib, Amanda Nunes, and
Okay, could do that.
and Kamara Usman.
Usman.
Right.
That's a good
That's
fighter.
a good list.
That's a good fighter. I'm gonna ask you to defend Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
As a day, she's one of the most dominant female in the octagon.
Most dominant today. Okay.
You can't dispute that.
No, I can't argue that, but you think she deserves to be there ahead of someone like George St. Pierre, or even ahead of Ronda Rousey?
She carried one of the for run for him, but how you all break it down, by what Rosie did in a whole, but Nunes right now is just dominant. I think she can surpass Rosie.
So apart from Rousey, in what way? You mean inside the octagon?
They say, oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, cause she started when she was young. So
Probably.
She got nasty.
Probably. Here's something else with Ronda Rousey did not think. She's also the most popular female fighter ever. Female UFC fighter
She's the
ever.
most popular.
Yeah, cause she was the one that looked like anything. Or wrestling looked like men. Whereas.
We're not sexist on this program.
Nothing to do, but one
His thoughts
The
thoughts
Nah.
and views of Ricardo are of his own. We do not support this.
Nah, some of them look at Fury rugged in the face. That's the honest truth. We all know this.
Okay, I have no problem with your list. I do think I would take Nunes out either playing Pierre or Rosie. Usman, the only reason I didn't have Usman on my list, I didn't want to make my list too recent. I didn't want to like, forget the legends and just go
Yeah.
with who. But Usman, you gotta give that a nice respect, for
Yeah.
sure. We're not even gonna talk about your list is not
Tell
have
me
Anderson
you
Silva, your list don't matter.
Sir,
He
You
has a good list.
you know,
Nope, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
She
Your
can
list-
look and tell me
you don't have a
man like
list.
George 5 attacks and he would get and walk out every night. They supposed to be, yeah, watch Anderson Silva.
He dodged 5 attacks and hit you with a head kick and win. Is that not entertaining?
Everyone wants to watch Power
Yeah.
Rangers.
I'm also entertaining, yeah. While he's coming.
That's
That's
fair.
And show his face
I
and.
used to know exactly what can happen just like Power Rangers or any other TV show.
You want
That man was the Black Power Ranger, sir.
And he won his fight, right? You're talking about the man with the longest title reign in UFC
You
history.
missing the point.
You're talking about the man with the
I'll
most
tell you what McGregor-
knockout of the nights in UFC history.
Let me tell you what McGregor, because, alright, I'm
Tell me about McGregor in the octagon. You're giving me McGregor as a showman. I want to hear his record in the octagon. Do you even know his record in the octagon?
You tell me with all of this, right? How much fans Anderson bring compared to McGregor? How much people just watch you actually know presently is fans? I know Usman and Nunes because of McGregor.
McGregor also had, and I never dispute McGregor as a showman. I give you that he's one of the greatest showmen UFC's ever had. But McGregor also had the benefits of modern day social media.
Correct.
And you utilize it. John Jones had that too, and look what you gonna do with it.
And like I said, I didn't agree with John Jones did outside the octagon.
He's supposed to come.
Pardon?
He's supposed to come.
He's supposed to make his comeback. I don't think he's gonna be the same. But
They're not gonna be a class.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be the same. But I mean, what do you do in the octagon? Tell me what's happened in the octagon.
You disputing facts that you and I spoke to. As an overall, he is the reason why
Okay,
UFC has.
but in the
so
octagon
much
is
fans.
part of the overall. You're saying overall, but you're only dealing with fame and popularity. Let me hear
No,
what
sir,
for
I
the
deal
sport.
with the overall thing. You gonna tell me, or outside of the ring? Said you do an overall thing.
Right, but I want to hear what happened in the ring.
Okay,
You give me
listen.
what he, because he brought
We
fans
know
to the sport. I understand
That
all of
his
that.
win loss record cannot compare to Silva. Outside of the ring, what Silva do for UFC?
Okay. Okay. Silva, what he did for UFC.
I was saying it, right?
Silva, prior to McGregor, had the most pay-per-view buddies in UFC history.
So you trying to tell me McGregor, if you was better than Silva?
There are quite a few who are better than Silva. No, when Silva was there, he had the most pay-per-view buddies.
So you trying to tell me McGregor bring more fans to UFC than Silva?
But we acknowledge that, but what I'm asking is,
No, I asked that question.
okay, we
Yes
do
or
it
no?
overall, right?
Well,
So-
yeah, I say yes or no.
But we
question.
acknowledge that. It was arguing that. You're saying overall, but you keep going back to that point.
So,
If we're doing overall, let's come to the octagon now. What did he do in the ring?
now we take this being lost record. It's shit. We know it.
So he's your top.
But
He's your top buddy
You can watch the man because
over
this
Anderson
nigga
Silva.
is crazy. Yes.
Okay, you
You
saying
don't know what can happen.
Anderson
You know
Silva
what happened,
have a better record than McGregor. He said McGregor bring more
McGregor.
fans.
McGregor.
McGregor bring more fans than Anderson Silva.
But he's right with more fans. What I'm saying, he keeps saying overall, but he's still making that one more. He's still making that one point.
Big man, you ever rather watch McGregor match because McGregor crazy, sir? You never know who can play in that.
Let's get the boxing. Let's take a break and get the boxing. This is